Imagine waking up each morning with legs that feel powerful, steady, and brimming with energy. No more nagging muscle weakness, no more sharp, painful cramps, and no more constant worry about losing your balance or tumbling over. If your goal is to remain active, independent, and full of confidence as you move through life, the key lies in something surprisingly simple: nutrition. Today, we're diving into the 7 most potent vitamins and minerals that can transform your legs into pillars of strength and resilience. These nutrients don't just support muscle function, they enhance bone density, improve blood flow, and ensure your legs remain unstoppable. Whether you enjoy a leisurely walk in the park, love to dance, or simply want to maintain your freedom to move as you please, this is the guide you've been waiting for. Before we jump in, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you joining me from today? Drop a comment below and let me know. Feel free to toss in any questions you have too. And if you're excited to keep discovering the best health tips, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you'll never miss a single update from Celsi Talks. Together, let's build a future where you feel healthier, stronger, and more vibrant every day. Now, let's get started with the first powerhouse nutrient on our list: vitamin D. As we grow older, our bodies go through changes that are hard to ignore. Muscle mass starts to slip away, bones lose their density, and movements that once felt second nature, like bounding up a flight of stairs or strolling through the neighborhood, can begin to feel like a challenge. One of the sneakiest culprits behind this decline is a lack of vitamin D. You might think of it as just a bone health vitamin, but it's so much more than that. Vitamin D is a cornerstone for keeping your legs strong, balanced, and ready for action. Let's break it down. As we age, our skin doesn't convert sunlight into vitamin D as efficiently as it once did. To add to the problem, many older adults spend less time outside, maybe because of mobility issues, lifestyle shifts, or even worries about sun exposure and skin damage. The outcome: a quiet, creeping deficiency that weakens muscles and leaves legs feeling shaky and unreliable. Research backs this up. Studies, like those in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, show that seniors with healthy vitamin D levels have stronger muscle fibers, sharper coordination, and better balance. That means fewer falls, fewer injuries, and a lot more confidence in every step you take. On the flip side, when vitamin D levels drop too low, the effects are stark. Muscle loss speeds up, making everyday tasks, like getting out of a chair or navigating a curb, feel harder than they should. This isn't just about brittle bones, though we'll get to that. Vitamin D directly fuels your muscles by boosting protein synthesis and fine-tuning the way your nerves talk to your legs. Think of it as the spark that keeps your leg muscles firing on all cylinders. Without it, they sputter and struggle. Here's where it gets really interesting. Vitamin D helps maintain something called fast-twitch muscle fibers. These are the unsung heroes of quick reactions and stability. When you trip or lose your footing, those fibers kick in to catch you before you fall. But if vitamin D is lacking, those fibers fade away, leaving you with slower reflexes, weaker contractions, and a greater chance of taking a tumble. Plus, this vitamin tackles inflammation in your muscle tissues, which can ease chronic leg pain, stiffness, or those annoying cramps that jolt you awake at night. If your legs feel achy or tight more often than not, vitamin D might just be the fix you've been overlooking. Ignoring this nutrient doesn't just mean wobbly legs. It's a gateway to bigger trouble. Without enough vitamin D, your body can't absorb calcium properly, and that leads to fragile, brittle bones. Osteoporosis creeps in, and suddenly, a small misstep could turn into a broken hip or a shattered femur. For seniors, those kinds of fractures can steal away mobility and independence in an instant. And it's not just bones at risk. Low vitamin D has been tied to heart disease, cognitive decline, and a weaker immune system. Skimp on it, and you're not just jeopardizing your legs, you're rolling the dice on your overall quality of life. So how do you make sure you're getting enough? The good news is, it's easier than you might think. And the payoff is massive. First up, sunlight. Spending 15 to 30 minutes outside, ideally in the morning or late afternoon, lets your skin soak up some natural vitamin D. Expose your arms and legs for the best results, but keep an eye on sunscreen. It can block the process. Next, There's food. While it's tough to get all you need from diet alone, fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are solid choices. Fortified dairy, egg yolks, and even mushrooms can chip in too. But for many, especially if you're not out in the sun much, supplements are the real game changer. Experts often suggest 800 to 1,000 IU daily for strong bones and muscles, though some folks with serious deficiencies might need more with a doctor's okay. Not sure where you stand? A quick blood test can tell you. And more doctors are checking this routinely because they know how critical vitamin D is for keeping seniors steady on their feet. Next up is calcium, a nutrient that's probably no stranger to you. For younger folks, bones are constantly reshaping and rebuilding, but as we age, that process slows down. Bone mass starts to dwindle, leaving us more prone to fractures, especially in the legs. Hip fractures, femur breaks, and sneaky stress fractures in the lower limbs are some of the scariest injuries for older adults. A fall that might have been a minor bruise in your 20s could now mean months of recovery or even a permanent hit to your mobility. That's why calcium is non-negotiable. It's the raw material your bones need to stay tough and resilient. But calcium isn't just about bones, it's a muscle MVP too. Every time you take a step, stand up, or shift your weight, calcium is there, triggering your muscles to contract smoothly and powerfully. Without enough of it, those contractions get sloppy. Think cramps, weakness, or a frustrating lack of oomph when you need it most. Ever wonder why your legs feel sluggish or cramp up out of nowhere? Low calcium could be the culprit, sapping your endurance and making stability harder to maintain. So where do you get it? Gary's the classic go-to. Milk, yogurt, and cheese are packed with calcium and easy to work into your day. But if dairy's not your thing, don't worry. Leafy greens like kale and bok choy, almonds, tofu, sardines, and fortified plant-based milks are fantastic options. The trick is mixing it up. Variety keeps your intake steady and your bones happy. That said, food alone might not cut it, especially if your diet's limited or your body doesn't absorb nutrients as well as it used to. That's where supplements come in handy, especially when paired with vitamin D to boost absorption.
Here's a heads up though.
More isn't always better. The sweet spot for calcium is 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams a day, ideally from a mix of food and supplements if needed. Overdo it, especially with pills, and you could end up with calcium buildup in your arteries, kidney stones, or tummy troubles. Balance is everything. And here's a pro tip. Movement matters. Weight-bearing activities like walking or light resistance training tell your body where to send that calcium, straight to your bones and muscles. Skip the movement, and even a solid calcium intake won't do its full job. Neglect this nutrient, and you're not just risking weak bones, you're giving up the freedom to move, play, and live life on your terms. Now let's talk about vitamin B12, a nutrient that doesn't get nearly enough credit for keeping your legs in top shape. While calcium and vitamin D often steal the spotlight, B12 is the unsung hero of neuromuscular health. It keeps your nerves firing on all cylinders, making sure the signals zipping from your brain to your legs are clear and strong. Without it, those signals get fuzzy, and your muscles don't respond the way they should. The result? Weakness, wobbliness, and a creeping sense that your legs just aren't listening to you anymore. One telltale sign of B12 deficiency is that heavy, tired feeling in your legs, sometimes with a side of numbness or tingling. Sound familiar? It's more common than you'd think, especially among older adults. Unlike some vitamins that your body can stockpile or grab from tons of foods, B12 is trickier. It relies on a healthy gut, specifically enough stomach acid and a protein called intrinsic factor to get absorbed. As we age, stomach acid drops and things like gastritis, acid reflux, or long-term antacid use can make it worse. Add in diets low on B12-rich foods, and you've got a recipe for a slow, silent drain on this vital nutrient. The stakes are high here. Left unchecked, B12 deficiency doesn't just make your legs feel off. It can cause permanent nerve damage. That means trouble with balance, coordination, and reflexes, which can turn a simple walk into a fall waiting to happen. Too many seniors brush this off as just getting older, but it's not inevitable, it's fixable. Studies show that topping up B12 levels can bring back strength, stamina, and leg function, sometimes in a matter of weeks. It's like hitting the reset button on your mobility. So where do you find it? B12 is mostly in animal products. Think lean meats, fish, eggs, dairy, and shellfish. Clams and liver are absolute gold mines. If you're plant-based or your gut struggles to absorb it, fortified foods like cereals and plant milks or supplements are your best bets. The good news, B12 is super safe to supplement. Your body just flushes out the extra. Many seniors thrive on high-dose pills or even injections if absorption's an issue. A blood test can confirm where you're at, and keeping those levels steady might just be the secret to legs that feel alive and responsive again. That's where we'll pause for now. 3 incredible nutrients down, 4 more to go. Stay tuned as we explore how magnesium, potassium, vitamin K, and vitamin B6 round out this powerhouse lineup for unstoppable legs. Every time you take a step, magnesium is quietly working behind the scenes, ensuring your muscles contract and relax with precision and ease. This mineral is like the conductor of an orchestra, keeping everything in rhythm, preventing spasms, easing fatigue, and boosting endurance. If you've ever been jolted awake by a sudden leg cramp or felt that restless, twitchy sensation in your calves at night, you might be dealing with a magnesium shortage. These aren't just minor annoyances. They're signals that your body's struggling to keep your muscles calm and functional. For older adults, magnesium deficiency is a sneaky thief. It's tied to restless leg syndrome and those painful nighttime cramps that disrupt sleep and sap your energy for the day ahead. Magnesium steps in to soothe overactive nerve signals, stopping muscles from seizing up unexpectedly. If you're someone who deals with constant tension or involuntary twitches in your legs, this mineral could be your ticket to relief. But its magic doesn't stop there. Magnesium is also a heavy hitter for bone density and joint health. While calcium often hogs the bone health spotlight, it's useless without magnesium to guide it. This mineral ensures calcium gets woven into your bones properly, not dumped into soft tissues where it can stiffen joints and cause pain. Research backs this up. Studies show that higher magnesium intake correlates with stronger bones and a lower risk of fractures as we age. That's a big deal for leg strength. After all, mobility isn't just about muscles. It's about a solid skeletal foundation too. So why are so many people running low? Blame stress, medications, and spotty diets. Older adults often take drugs like diuretics, proton pump inhibitors, or blood pressure meds that drain magnesium levels. Pair that with meals lacking magnesium-rich foods, and you've got a recipe for a slow decline in strength, stamina, and flexibility. Ever notice you're walking shorter distances, climbing stairs more sluggishly, or feeling wiped out after light activity? It might not just be age. It could be a nutrient gap. The fix is within reach, and the results can hit fast. Boosting magnesium can cut cramps, lift energy, and bring back that smooth, easy movement you've been missing. Where do you get it? Leafy greens, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and legumes are your go-tos. Think pumpkin seeds, almonds, spinach, black beans, and avocados. Delicious and packed with magnesium. If your diet's falling short, supplements like magnesium citrate or glycinate are easy to absorb and can make a noticeable difference. Seniors who felt weighed down or stiff often report a lightness in their legs once magnesium levels bounce back. Even balance and coordination get a lift, thanks to magnesium's role in syncing up nerve and muscle signals. It's a small change with a massive payoff. Picture this: you roll out of bed, plant your feet on the floor, and bam, a sharp cramp grips your calf. Sound familiar? That's potassium, or rather a lack of it, making itself known. This mineral is a master at balancing fluids in and around your muscle cells, keeping them primed for action. When potassium dips too low, those muscles can contract out of nowhere, leaving you wincing in pain. For older adults who might already deal with sluggish circulation or shrinking muscle mass, these cramps aren't just a nuisance. They can stop you in your tracks. But cramps are only the start. Ever felt your legs quiver after standing too long or noticed extra stiffness when you walk? Potassium keeps the lines of communication open between your nerves and muscles, ensuring every movement is smooth and controlled. When levels drop, that connection falters, your legs might shake, feel weak, or struggle to lift properly. That's a fast track to instability and falls, something seniors can't afford to risk. Potassium doesn't mess around. It's about keeping your legs steady and reliable, no matter what you're up against. Surprisingly, potassium's got a bone health angle too. It neutralizes acids in your body that can eat away at bone density over time. Studies hint that a potassium-rich diet slows bone loss, cutting the odds of osteoporosis and keeping your legs structurally sound. So it's not just about dodging cramps. It's about building a foundation where muscles and bones team up to keep you moving strong. How do you load up? Nature's got you covered. Bananas are the poster child, but sweet potatoes, avocados, spinach, beans, and oranges are just as potent. A baked potato with the skin on can even outshine a banana in potassium content. The goal is variety. Mix these into your meals, and your legs will thank you with every step. How much do you need? Women should aim for 2,600 milligrams a day, men for 3,400 mg. Totally doable with a diet full of fruits, veggies, and legumes. Supplements might tempt you, but they're rarely necessary unless a doctor says otherwise. Conditions like kidney disease or high blood pressure can complicate things, so check with a pro if that's you. When potassium's on point, those trembling, crampy legs fade into a memory, replaced by strength and stability you can count on. When it comes to strong bones, calcium and vitamin D get all the hype, but vitamin K is the real MVP pulling the strings. It's the traffic cop that directs calcium to your bones where it's needed, instead of letting it pile up in arteries or soft tissues where it can stiffen things up and mess with circulation. For older adults, this is huge. Keeping calcium in check means legs that stay structurally solid and mobile, not bogged down by misplaced deposits. Studies show the payoff. People with higher vitamin K intake have denser bones, lower fracture risks, and better overall skeletal health. That's because vitamin K flips the switch on osteocalcin, a protein that locks calcium into your bone matrix, making them tougher and less likely to snap. But it's not just about bones. Vitamin K keeps joints and muscles in the game too. It cuts inflammation in joints, slowing osteoarthritis and easing that knee stiffness that creeps in after sitting too long. If your legs ache or lock up more than you'd like, this nutrient might be the missing piece. Emerging research even ties vitamin K to muscle strength and coordination. It fine-tunes calcium levels in muscle cells, ensuring contractions are sharp and movements are steady, key for dodging falls as you age. Where do you find it? Vitamin K1 is in greens like spinach, kale, Swiss chard, collards, and Brussels sprouts. Vitamin K2, found in fermented foods like natto, aged cheeses, egg yolks, and liver, hangs around longer and does an even better job steering calcium to bones. Toss some kale in a smoothie or sauté spinach for dinner. It's an easy boost. If digestion's an issue or you're on antibiotics, long-term absorption might lag and supplements could help. But heads up, if you're on blood thinners like warfarin, talk to your doctor first. Vitamin K affects clotting and can throw things off. Get it right, and your legs will feel the difference in flexibility, strength, and ease. Vitamin B6 or pyridoxine might not be the first nutrient you think of for leg strength, but it's a powerhouse in disguise. It's all about keeping nerves sharp, muscles repaired, and protein doing its job to build and maintain muscle mass. Without it, even the toughest legs can weaken, and simple moves like standing up or climbing stairs turn into exhausting chores. Low B6 muddies nerve signals, leaving you with numbness, tingling, or wobbly steps that you might chalk up to age but are really a nutrient fix away. B6 also fights inflammation-related muscle fatigue, keeping your legs limber and resilient. If stiffness or slow recovery after activity's been dragging you down, this could be your game changer. Plus, it's a star in red blood cell production. Those cells haul oxygen to your muscles, fueling them for the long haul. Skimp on B6 and hemoglobin drops, leaving your legs heavy and tired after even a short walk. Ever feel wiped out too fast? Your body might be begging for more. You'll find B6 in poultry, fish like salmon and tuna, bananas, potatoes, chickpeas, and fortified cereals. It's easy to weave into your day. Grill some fish, snack on chickpeas, or mash a banana into breakfast. Older adults need about 1.5 milligrams, women are 1.7 milligrams, men daily, and food usually covers it. If absorption's off or your diet's limited, supplements can step in. Just don't overdo it, since too much from pills can irritate nerves long-term. Stick to balance, and B6 will keep your legs humming with energy and precision. If this rundown sparked some ideas, hit that like button. It helps us keep the good stuff coming. Drop a comment with your thoughts, questions, or what you'd love us to tackle next. We're all ears. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you're always in the loop with our latest health insights. Stay curious, stay strong, and we'll catch you in the next one.